This is a trial by fire. I want you to do this at home, and we're gonna do this here now. Is that I have 2 cuts of ribeye, and I talk about resting, and I'm gonna get into this just a little bit more. Sonny's BBQ, Head Pitmaster Shannon Snell back with another Tales from the Pit tip. We're talking about resting is required. We talk about resting proteins when they come off of the heat, when they come off of a flame, the grill, the smoker. There's a specific reason why we do this. We talk about those pores are wide open. When you're cooking something to 165, 145, you're cooking them at a really high temperature, you're opening up those pores, right? The internal of that meat, just like your body, when your heart rate gets going, sweat comes to the surface, juice comes to the surface, it tries to cool the outside temperature. As your body cools down, those pores seal back in. They seal back in, they close up all that juiciness. Well, that's what we want to do with protein, because the best protein that you can have is rested protein. It's the stuff that seals back in, those juices are sealed back in, they don't run all over your cutting board and make a mess, and it's not the best product possible. So, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna season up 2 ribeye steaks here. We're gonna get them on the grill. We're gonna rest one of them, and the other one we're gonna cut right into. And you're gonna see the difference. I'm gonna try to taste them myself and see if the flavor's a little bit different, the texture. We're gonna do that right now. So let's go. So this is a base rub of what we have here. This is some garlic, some salt, some pepper, a little bit of smoked paprika, and a little bit of onion powder. It's a base rub for everything that you wanna do, pork, chicken, beef, turkey, all that good stuff. Pat, 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 rule number 1, barbecue Bible. I'm not gonna say it again because you need to check the videos to find out what it is. All right, get them on over to the grill. Let's grill them up. All right, I got steak number 1 all grilled up. This one's been resting for just a few minutes. That's been sitting there. I'm about to pull this other one off the grill. So, bam. Okay. So, I'm done. This one's gonna continue to rest, but I'm gonna cut right into this one. And this is what we're talking about. Should you rest or shouldn't you? You have to rest, in my opinion. All right, you want that juicy steak, you want those pores to seal back in. This one just came off the grill, so let's see how we did. Okay, first of all, perfectly cooked, if I do say so myself. But you can see it kind of right here. The sauces, the juices, the seasonings are kind of coming off. You can even see that the steak, you can even see it kind of dripping off. Some of that myoglobin that we talk about is dripping off the steak and dripping off onto the board right there. I'm not squeezing, I'm not doing anything, but we didn't give it the chance to rest. Those pores are still wide open, so it's basically like somebody sweating and you're just trying to squeeze all the sweat out of them. That's just not a thing, right? You gotta let it rest. So you see all this juice coming out of it, you see it kind of leaking down. That's not what you want. Those pores have to close. So I guarantee when I bite into it, it's probably still good. It's probably just fine, but you're missing some of the flavor. You're missing some of that juiciness that you could save. Exactly what I'm talking about. I'm getting the flavor, that's totally fine, but I'm missing a little bit of the juiciness. That's just, it feels a little bit just not as good as it could be. Now, the rest of one. Let's go ahead and check this out and see what we did. All right, you can see it now. A lot of these juices are starting to form on the top, starting to suck back in. But you can tell that it's not leaking as much as the other one, those juices. Now I have to squeeze it, that's what I'm gonna do. I squeeze it some, you see the juices come out. Those pores have sealed back in. So I don't have to shake it out like I did the other one. The juices have already been sealed back in. And I'm telling you what, it's a much more tender, juicy steak. You can actually feel the juice as it's sealed back in, shooting into your mouth. So, hey, when you're talking about resting, should you rest? 100% yes, rest. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Sonny's BBQ Pitmaster Shannon Snell. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, if there's another myth or another tip you want to see, let us know. Notification bell, hit it. See you guys next time. Peace.